I'm Cammie McCormick. The Supreme Court has temporarily restored an FDA rule allowing an abortion pill to be sent by mail. A lower court had blocked the rule. CBS's Katrina Kaufman has more.
It means that women will still be able to have telehealth appointments to receive by mail mifepristone, which is part of a 2-drug protocol. The other drug still did remain accessible even after Friday's ruling. This means that while the Supreme Court evaluates this issue further, nothing is going to be stopped in terms of women having these appointments and getting mifepristone by mail.
The U.S. has begun guiding vessels stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. CBS's Eleanor Watson is monitoring.
Our understanding is that the U.S. Navy will help coordinate with vessels to go through the strait without necessarily escorting them. And already, according to the U.S. military, 2 U.S.-flagged merchant vessels that have been stuck got through the strait with the help of Navy destroyers that are now operating in the Persian Gulf. Since the conflict began, the Navy's only announced once before that destroyers have made it in and out of the Gulf.
There have been reports that some vessels have been targeted by Iran. The United Arab Emirates is accusing Iran of hitting one of its ships and launching drones and missiles. South Korea says one of its vessels was hit by an explosion and is on fire. CBS's Natalie Brand at the White House.
One Iranian security official said on social media that any U.S. interference in the Strait of Hormuz could be a ceasefire violation, and that they are also warning that any foreign force will be attacked if they try to approach the waterway.
Thousands of customers were caught by surprise when Spirit Airlines collapsed. USA Today consumer travel reporter Zach Wichter.
The immediate effect, obviously, is that passengers are scrambling to rebook their tickets, especially those who are mid-trip, and we're going to see that probably over the next week or so.
Thousands of Spirit employees are also looking for new jobs. A suspected outbreak of the rare antivirus on a cruise ship has killed 3 people and sickened others. It comes from rodents. Samson Davis is an ER physician.
But most of the contamination comes from being exposed to the rodent feces, the urine, or the saliva, and by breathing it in over and over again.
The Dutch company that operates the ship says it's sitting off the coast of Cape Verde off Africa's west coast. And local authorities are assisting, but they haven't allowed anyone to disembark. We're learning more about why former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani is hospitalized. His spokesman now says he's recovering from pneumonia and is being monitored as a precautionary measure. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Class is back for the first day at Foss High School since a stabbing injured 4 students. We're going to tell you all about that in just a moment. But first, we're going to tell you about KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. And it's a challenge getting in from the south. If you know anyone coming in from Portland, they're going to be late. I-5 northbound is fully blocked in Lewis County because of a serious collision with a semi. We are working to get you some updates on that. It looks like there was a fire and it's getting cleaned up. But again, it's blocked at exit 60. Federal Way to Seattle, 44 minutes at this point. And travel times are pretty normal for this time of day. Renton to Bellevue, 37 minutes. Of course, the bulk of that is through the S-curves. Linwood to Bellevue, 55 minutes. In the southbound direction on I-5, Linwood to Seattle it's Linwood to Bellevue on 405, 55 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, 44 minutes. So that's actually doing a lot better. And, I just saw collision pop up in the southbound S-curves. That might distract the northbound drive and add a little bit of a wrench to the southbound drive. This report brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. Class is now back in session at Foss High School in Tacoma after a hallway brawl ended with multiple students stabbed last Thursday. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin says the student who was arrested is being held and charged as an adult.
The superintendent says the counselors will be here on site to talk through that incident and offer more extensive services for those who might be feeling scared or even upset this morning. On Thursday afternoon, witnesses say 16-year-old Waleed Saki, a student at Foss, allegedly stole a vape pen from another student. When confronted, police say the suspect suspect started fighting the group, eventually pulling out a knife and stabbing 4 students and an adult security guard. They're all expected to be okay.
2 violent fugitives are on the run in King and Pierce counties. One is wanted for murder. Kyle Cathcart said someone broke into his Covington home and started shooting last week. His wife was found dead by law enforcement. Neighbors say he was originally carted away by ambulance, and sheriff's deputies say he's now their prime suspect, but they don't know where he is. In a separate incident Sunday near Midland, a man with multiple warrants smashed his car through a blockade of patrol cars to get away. Kyle Cantrell may have been injured by gunfire in that confrontation. He is also outstanding, and we have both suspects' photos on mynorthwest.com. Today is the first day of a new cell phone rules at public schools in Seattle. They're banned all day until 8th grade, but high schoolers can use them during breaks. One of Seattle's favorite fried chicken spots is planning a national expansion. Louis Rudd is the CEO of Ezel's, which launched back in 1984 across the street from Garfield High School and now has 17 locations.
What happens after you walk away? Now is the time to begin bringing on that team that's going to ensure that the integrity of the brand, what you guys have built, sustain and lives on long after you guys are gone.
He tells the Gee and Ursula Show they're still deciding the who and how of that plan. Now we're going to check your weather forecast. Beautiful day. Could be close to 80 degrees in some spots, mostly sunny. Cooler later this week, but still sunny. It's 59 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
I mean, how can you not start the week off not being in a good mood?
Oh, gosh.
This sun was a little cooking. I messed up, though, Ursula, last night. I messed up.
What happened?
I didn't turn the ACs on. Woke up around 12 a.m. I was hot.
Oh.
And I was mad. Then I was looking for like a new pillowcase because we got the winter ones on still. And so I had to go in another room and grab another pillow.
You weren't ready for the summer temperatures.
No.
This was an incredible weekend.
Incredible weekend. That sun was peaking and speaking.
Yes. Okay, text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. In fact, Gee, I'm going to ask you to send me a picture of something that you were doing this weekend. I know you had a big weekend, got an award for something really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share a couple of pictures, and I want everybody to share their photos of what they were doing in the sunshine this weekend.
Okay, that'd be good. Yeah.
On our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page.
Yeah, let's do
that. So I'm going to do that in the next break. And because this was about as good as it gets, I think.
All right. Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest.
Agree.
Hey, coming up at 9:30, Spirit is grounded for good. And I'm going to be honest, I feel a little sad about this. For those of us who like bargain airlines. How are you feeling about it? Okay, again, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
All right, let's get to it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
So, Gee, when someone first takes office, you can usually give that new leader a pass on a mistake. But when it happens more than once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, it becomes what looks like a pattern. And I'm talking about Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson. She's getting a lot of heat for some recent moments that happened just in the last couple of weeks. At first, we talked about this forum at Seattle University when she was asked about concerns that businesses and high earners could leave our state over new taxes. And I have a soundbite that for some reason is not playing. Let's try it again. In any case, remember that was the one where she said, okay, bye.
Yeah.
We've got new computers going on here.
Yeah,
and boy, it's going to be a lot of fun today. Anyway, well, we talked about that gem on Friday, and that video is now being shared all across the country as a point of ridicule since Starbucks is moving a big chunk of its operations to Nashville. But over the weekend, Paul, I'm going to need you to help me out with this soundbite. We learned of another incident that happened at a press conference outside a building in South Seattle where shots were fired while the mayor was talking about a new housing project. And it was Chris Daniels from Como 4 who asked her about the shots that were fired.
How do you feel after Tuesday, after what happened, what transpired?
I'm doing great. Got a great team supporting me, and I'll just say, we don't have any indication that that shooting was targeted or anything like that. So I think it's a reminder of how much work we have to do as a city on gun violence, but I'm doing fine.
So, Chris Daniels is a longtime reporter, and of course he had a follow-up question. And let's just say the mayor's handlers made it very awkward.
I talked to people in that neighborhood who said that, hold on, it's just one last question. People in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the top of this event. Thanks.
But does that change your perspective at all on the issue of surveillance cameras based on what you went through on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but let's keep it on top. Okay. She's about to answer the question, though.
Okay, you got to watch the video, too.
I mean, it looks worse when you jump in like that.
I'm sorry, I specifically said to keep it on topic. Okay.
But I also have to ask the questions that people want to have answered.
Maybe we can set up a different time for that.
But the mayor's a busy person.
I understand. Maybe we can set up with Sage sometime.
We'll talk to Sage.
Well, Sage hasn't returned phone calls all week, so.
It's been a busy week, but I will definitely get with Sage. Yeah.
We're just trying to keep it in the scope.
Okay.
And
I mean, it just went on and on. It just went on and on painfully. I mean, credit to Chris Daniels for not giving up. And credit to him for saying it just makes it look worse, because it really does.
Yeah. Where's Matt Pittman at? Pittman is our imaging director around here. And remember when Katie Wilson first won the election and we all had to give our comments about what we thought? I told y'all then, and I'm going to tell you right now. Imagine this. Imagine benching your veteran quarterback for a rookie quarterback with absolutely no experience in the Super Bowl. But then you complain if the rookie quarterback comes in and throws interceptions and you lose the game, when you had a veteran quarterback that was doing just fine. That analogy is Katie Wilson as the mayor. And by the way, I'm not blaming Katie Wilson for this. This is exactly what some of us knew what would happen. The city of Seattle elected Katie Wilson. Why? Because she was going against Bruce. That's the reason. She didn't win for qualifications. She didn't win because of the college education. She didn't win for any other reason other than it was against Bruce Harrell, period. The same folks that platformed as conservatives, they loved Katie Wilson. They never once talked about qualification when it came to Katie Wilson. But when it comes to anybody else, DEI is quick to come up. So I'm going to just say this real simple. Bruce Harrell, the last mayor, the one that graduated from this place, born and raised in this place, law degree, did not become the mayor again, did not get voted in office. Meanwhile, we got somebody that stood at Seattle U laughing, telling millionaires bye. We got somebody telling Starbucks before they even take office officially, telling them, hey, I'm not going to buy Starbucks, neither should you. You guys are shocked? And as far as the handlers coming in, this is what you expect. So listen, I'm not going to be the bad guy today. I'm not going to be the one that's going to come in and say, I told you so. So here's what we'll do. From here on out, every single time this happens, just go check the tape and go check the times when we told you. Here is someone who has never had experience running nothing. Now she's the mayor of Seattle?
Well, and because there were more voters who voted her in, and to be clear, I was not one of them. But now that she's in office, I do blame Katie Wilson. She needs to tell her handlers to back off. I'm sorry, but if she's already coming off as incompetent and over her skis at times, and then now her team tries to clean it up, Chris Daniels is correct. it makes it worse. Why couldn't she have said something like, hey, the issue surrounding cameras is really complex, and I've already said that we need to explore it further. So how about, I really want, as mayor, to find the right balance. I want to find and make sure that we stay safe as public, but also respect people's privacy and make sure that these cameras don't get into the wrong hands. That's not hard. Mm-hmm. That is a stock answer that you can pull out.
Mm-hmm. Default answer. Yep, you're right. You're right.
But she looks incompetent.
Yeah. And she looks further proof that you have a lot of people talking about these cameras, talking about public safety, these are folks that wrote term papers. Chris Daniels basically said, hey, I'm just trying to ask and let you know what the people are asking and what they are saying.
He's doing his job as a reporter.
And in these neighborhoods, these folks are like, hey, we need these cameras. Meanwhile, the old saying goes, the people that are impacted by crime have no say. But the people that are scared or trying to run on those agendas, those are the ones with the most say.
Yeah.
We hopefully one day we might see a connection with Katie Wilson in Seattle. I tell you another thing we don't see a connection with. We also don't see a connection with Katie Wilson and Seattle City Council. That's starting to happen too. There's a disconnect.
I know. They're all talking from different sides of their mouths. And it's giving zero confidence. And sadly, that bye statement, that's become fodder all across the country. She's got a serious PR problem. So her comms folks, they get an F. But I'll say, as a mayor of Seattle, and by the way, we're still trying to get a hold of her. And they are notorious.
I'm not.
We still, she is the mayor of the largest city in the state of Washington.
She's going to come on and say,
hello.
Don't buy Starbucks, and neither, I'm not buying it, and neither should you. Meanwhile, Starbucks. You're going to talk crazy to Starbucks.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's frightening, honestly. Okay, in Pierce County, there is a desperate search underway for a suspect who rammed his way out of a circle of patrol cars. This is one of the stories that Luke Ducey has been tracking all morning long, and he joins us live now.
Pretty scary stuff. So one of the bullets that were fired by at least one deputy hit a home where someone was sleeping. Deputies say they were trying to arrest a 23-year-old, Skylar Cantrell. That's the suspect. He's wanted on several felony warrants. Well, they spotted him 2 a.m. Sunday, and they found him slumped over, they say, inside a BMW in a trailer park in Midland. They blocked him in, so they positioned their patrol cars around him so he couldn't go anywhere. But when he kind of came to, he hit the gas, deputies say. Rammed those vehicles. At least, again, one deputy opened fire. But here's what a neighbor told KIRO 7 TV.
I had woken up because my mom was in my room, and I had heard gunshots. And I think one of the bullets, ricocheted off of my window. And basically it was right where I was sleeping, so it could have hit me.
Yeah, that's really scary. But deputies say a little later they found Cantrell's getaway BMW. The tires were deflated. He left a trail of cars as well that were smashed as well. Neighbors say they saw the suspect, had blood on him, and he was asking for help, but then he took off. And now there's a warning in that area of Midland from Deputy Carly Capetto that no one wants to get. Here's the warning.
And we're encouraging everybody to lock their homes and their vehicles since there is evidence that shows the suspect is attempting to get into people's homes and vehicles.
Yeah, we've got photos of him, the suspect, on mynorthwest.com and social media as well. 5'11", 225. Check him out. If you see him, call 911.
This is Gee's neighborhood.
This is my neighborhood.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is my neighborhood.
Did you hear any of that last night?
I didn't hear any of it last night. Ring camera, but I was also hot at 12 in the morning. So what's Buddy look like? What's the description?
White male, hoodie.
Looks pretty young.
Yeah, he looks like 20-ish, something like that. Or I saw it a little bit ago, so I don't remember. I'm going off of memory.
We'll have it on mynorthwest.com.
Is he armed and dangerous?
They're telling people to lock their doors.
If he's willing to use his car as a weapon to get away, this is what the allegations are. Then they might consider that dangerous. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Luke.
Hey,
appreciate
Luke
it, brother.
was, by the way, listening to our first story. Luke is. You have a lot of experience in PR. So, we're going to have Luke come back at 11. And we're going to go deep dive.
By the way,
could this have been handled?
Luke is, when it comes to PR,
yes,
this is former role.
Yeah. Yes.
In my corporate PR days, you should, I will explain it, but you should have messaging for everything.
Thank you.
Everything.
So you're going to break it down for us?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mistakes
from that PR lens.
Yeah. And Ursula called them handlers. Are they called handlers? The people that are
comms people. Yeah, they're handlers.
Are they comms handlers?
Yes.
I didn't know. I'm just
communications director.
Yeah. Do you notice whenever we have people who join us for interviews?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of interviews.
And
there's always people who come with them.
Oh,
and another. I'll get your mindset kind of going right now, just for a second. Instead of focusing necessarily on not you guys, but you listening out there, what went wrong? How about ask in this circumstance, what went right? Did that look good?
No. I mean, if you're going to assess yourself afterward and look at what you've given all of us now to feed into this narrative that she is not experienced enough for this big job, you've just helped everybody make that argument.
You got to protect your brand right off the bat.
Yes.
Even if it's your personal brand, you got to protect it.
Yes.
And
so whose fault is it? Is it the handlers or is it Katie Wilson's fault in that moment?
But at that moment?
Yeah, at that moment.
She should have just said, because she looked like she wanted to answer. I would have said, stand down and answer something that you should have practiced. You should have had something in your back pocket to address it, to satisfy the reporter, and move on.
You ever see the White House spokesperson when they get a question in an interview and they flip through the book in front of them and they go to the tab that has the answers?
Yeah.
Those answers aren't what they came up with a couple days ago. Usually it's what they came up like an hour ago. If you're asked this today, here's the messaging that's up to date and up to speed for that. That's what everyone should have as a politician, but also as an individual. I think we should all have our own personal communications plans.
So true. And at 11 o'clock, Luke, you're going to come back.
Yes.
And I want everybody listening right now, because we're getting a lot of people responding to what they just heard from Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson. So we will share some of your feedback on that as well.
Ursula, if I lose 15 more pounds, I'm going to have handlers.
Disappear.
No, I'm going to have handlers. So you won't be able to directly call me. You have to talk to my handlers. Okay, go ahead. What you got?
I know. We all need handlers. Okay, starting today, we've talked about this, G, but I just want to remind everybody, Seattle Public Schools cracking down on cell phones in a big way. If you've got kids, it's going to hit your house one way or another.
Yes.
Superintendent Ben Schuldiner says the research is clear. Phones are not just a distraction. They are the distraction.
We don't want to be some overbearing in terms of the ways that people do this, but we do want to make sure that we're not using our cell phones during class and during instruction, and for K-8 that it's got to be away all day.
So again, if your kid is in middle school or younger, phone is off limits the entire day. High schoolers have a little more freedom. They can check their phones during breaks, but once class starts, same deal. You got to put it away. But I want to ask parents right now, would you want every school to go this far like Seattle Public Schools is doing?
You know what? Thank you. Thank you for that. If right now, and by the way, if you have children in that age group, did it take a school saying they're banned, or did you as the parents said, I did not allow my child to take a phone to school?
I think they're happy the school district made the decision for them.
Oh.
I'm wondering.
I'm wondering too. I do too. I do wonder if that's the case. But instead of me giving my opinion on this, because look, I ain't got no kids in school right now.
I know. It's easy for me. I would have welcomed this.
Yeah. So I would love to hear from if there's any parents that are currently, or aunties and guardians, if you have children that's in the schools and you're like, yes, this is what I needed so I can put my foot down. So did you need a school to tell you what to do? Go ahead. What's next?
What's next is our break.
Oh, we have to break?
We are just on a roll here.
Oh, my bad. Oh, man.
Yeah, because I was about to get into topless sunbathing at Denny Blaine Park. There was a ruling. We're going to have to get into that. Maybe we share that coming up here.
Yeah.
You want to call an audible? You want to talk about Spirit Airlines?
We can talk about both.
Got topless sunbathing.
We can talk about topless sunbathing.
We'll just continue with our top stories.
Hey, Nick, I got handlers from here on out, bro.
Am I going to have to go through them to get to you now?
You have to go through them.
Oh, man. What a workaround.
Call my people. Have your people call my people.
Why do I call right
at 7 o'clock then?
You call me at 7. Hey, you heard what Ursula said. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about Spirit Airlines and that collapse. And by the way, Ursula loves Spirit Airlines. And then also, topless sunbathing. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Well, there's nothing I hate worse than being cold. And if your house is feeling a bit drafty or the floors of the main level are way too cold on your feet, that's probably because your crawl space and attic don't have enough insulation. It's probably making your furnace work overtime. So now you're spending more money as well. Well, how about a free and easy way to learn if you need better insulation? Just schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic with Crawl Pros. It's exactly what I did. They'll show up to your house. They'll go where you don't want to, certainly where I didn't want to, and they'll tell you if you got any problems with your crawl space, your attic, and especially your insulation. If they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates as well to help you get that work done correctly and affordably. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could receive a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost. Make your home more comfortable. Save on your energy bill with Crawl Pros. If you're worried that anything's going on in your crawl space or attic, critters, mold, water, plumbing issues, call Crawl Pros or go to crawlpros.com.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. Police in Portland are investigating a fiery crash at an athletic club over the weekend. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports someone drove a car packed with explosives into the Multnomah Athletic Club, and that person died.
Accused of driving a rented SUV right through the front glass of one of Portland's oldest clubs. Once inside, the driver, a disgruntled former employee, tried to detonate multiple explosives, a mix of propane tanks and pipe bombs, according to investigators. Matt Carter is the club's former food and beverage manager.
He was the first name that came into my brain when it first happened. I was not shocked.
The driver died. Nobody else was injured. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Gas prices have climbed to record highs, with Washington clocking an average of $5.62 a gallon for regular. And the U.S. military now says it will escort commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz to help, and says it did that with 2 U.S.-flagged vessels. The CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro says it's already threatening the fragile ceasefire with Iran.
They claim that they hit a U.S. Navy vessel this morning, but U.S. Central Command has denied that's happened. And now the United Arab Emirates today is saying that one of their tankers was also hit by drones as it tried to go through the strait. So there'll be a developing situation as this project begins just today.
The Supreme Court has temporarily restored broad access to the abortion pill mifepristone. This is part of a legal battle that's affected the whole country, but started with the state of Louisiana, which has implemented a near total ban on abortion. A lawsuit by a cyclist against the city of Seattle results in a payout of more than $9 million. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun explains.
A judge found the city liable for creating a dangerous protected bike lane in the Green Lake neighborhood. The rider, Aviv Litov, was an accomplished cyclist and a talented racer, but a car hit him in his right-of-way so hard it caused a permanent traumatic brain injury and triggered a partial stroke, putting him on life support. This is the largest amount Seattle has ever paid to a single bicycle crash victim. His family says it'll be used to help provide care and support for the rest of his life.
Seattle's hometown airline is stepping up after Spirit Airlines shut down over the weekend. Alaska offering a reciprocal travel for stranded Spirit customers. They're also encouraging Spirit employees to apply for jobs with them. Spirit's sudden shutdown caught a lot of people off guard. It's been all over the news. The airline filed for bankruptcy, but a bailout fell through at the last minute. Fox 13 reports Delta is also pitching in, offering reduced fares to help stranded travelers get home. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Federal Way to Seattle is kind of our draggy route at 41 minutes getting into Seattle. That's just volume at this point. Our crashes have cleared for the most part. Renton to Bellevue, 33 minutes with those delays through the S-curves, petering out through Newcastle. Linwood to Seattle, just 30 minutes on I-5. Linwood to Bellevue on 405 southbound. That's still experiencing delays getting out of Canyon Park, and that's a 46-minute drive. But your lake bridges are clear. We're clear out of Tacoma and clear in Everett. This report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Feel the freedom of lower energy bills. This Memorial Day, get $525 off every window, $1,000 off every door, plus 12 months, zero interest financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. We are going to stay dry and gorgeous for today. A high of 80 and 74 tomorrow with morning clouds going to afternoon sun. About the same the rest of the week. It's 59 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. It is a gorgeous Monday morning, and I was just picking out some pictures that I'm going to share on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page, and I was just asking Gee if he had some too. Gee, just real quick, you won a very sweet award over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what was it?
I was a Dream honoree for an organization called Denise Louis Education Center, and they are primarily for Head Start and kids, and I have been their auctioneer now for 10 years.
Aww.
And it was a total shock to me, and I wasn't ready for it. And of course, my wife, I guess she knew all about it. And so my wife's claim to fame right now is, see, I can keep a secret.
I love it.
She said that to me like 5 times. But anyways, this organization is amazing. So
well, and congratulations,
I appreciate
too.
it.
So you had a great weekend.
Thank
but yeah, I'm just collecting some pictures. But get your photos out because we're going to actually want you to share them on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page here in a second.
I wasn't topless, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Well, do you want to talk about topless first or Spirit Airlines?
Whatever you got.
Okay, well, let's talk about Spirit because it is the airline everyone loved to complain about, but then would secretly book anyway, and it is now done. The airline is shutting down after failing to get a $500 million bailout, so this has left thousands of passengers scrambling and planes parked wherever they last landed. No warning for a lot of travelers, just canceled flights, stranded trips, and a whole lot of people saying, okay, now what? And then there was this final radio call that kind of pulled on my heartstrings.
Yeah, is there any other Spirit flights coming in after us? You might be the last one. It was a pleasure working with you guys, and I wish you the best. Then, Harry, thank you very much.
Now, again, other airlines are stepping in to help, offering to rebook passengers, even hiring some of those suddenly out-of-work Spirit employees. Someone texted in, and I wasn't able to look into it, but there might be some kind of crowdsourcing thing. But, I mean, is anyone shocked that this has happened? One of the things was Spirit says that we cannot survive the astronomical fuel prices right now. We were already on a thread.
Right.
And but I guess I'm going to miss Spirit Airlines, and I'm wondering if there's anyone else with me.
I mean, look, I'm never going to clap when a company goes down. And I know that for years there's many companies that are still around because they've gotten bailouts. Think about that for a second. Think about all the people that have gotten bailouts and all the people that don't get bailouts. It's interesting that the Treasury Secretary on Sunday morning yesterday said that this is more of the mess that we inherited from the Biden administration. It's interesting how they blame the Biden administration all the time. When Spirit's own CEO, I have a quote for you guys. I have a quote from the Spirit CEO that says that this was the sudden and sustained rise in fuel prices in recent weeks. Their restructured plan was built around jet fuel being at $2.24 a gallon. Well, by the end of April, it had hit $4.51 a gallon, which is nearly double. 2 weeks ago, I told you about this, Ursula. I was with some people from Delta Airlines that told me just what's going on. If anything, a lot of the big dogs, the Deltas, the Alaskas, airlines, they are trying their best to keep prices down. They don't know how long they're going to be able to sustain with the prices right now. I mean, you guys have already seen prices go up. Some of you all have had direct flights certain places, and now you go to look at your flight. It's now a connecting flight. The jet fuel prices are a real thing. And by the way, it's not the Biden administration.
And Alaska Airlines CEO, I believe, was along with other CEOs saying, yeah, even though the ticket prices are up right now, they're probably not going to be going down anytime in the near future.
No.
So if you are holding off on buying that ticket thinking that it's going to go down soon, it's likely not going to happen. Okay, let's do an update, because on Friday we talked about the Denny Blaine Park.
Yes.
And the judge was going to make a ruling. Well, the judge made it clear now topless sunbathing is allowed across all of Denny Blaine Park, even in the areas marked clothing required. And it seems to be a big deal in this ongoing fight over what is legal and what's appropriate at that waterfront park. And remember, we had Jesse Swirl from Friends of Denny Blaine on the show on Friday before the ruling.
We're hoping that the judge really just allows the freedom and the beauty of expression that has been happening at this place for over 50 years. The earliest recorded instance of someone skinny dipping happened 100 years ago. It's been known as a nude space for 50 years. It's on the state registered historic registry.
Okay, and so again, the judge agreed on that key point. Toplessness is not the same as nudity under the law, so the city can update signs, but it cannot enforce it like a violation. The neighbors say this ruling is really irrelevant. It doesn't affect the bigger issue that they're trying to address with their lawsuit. They are more concerned with the public sex and drug use all out in the open. But I'm wondering if you think, did the judge get it right on this one?
Yes, they got it right. And the reason why they did get it right, because their fight, the folks in the neighborhood, your fight is on the wrong thing. This is now 3 times, third or fourth swing that they've taken at trying to get away and stop the toplessness part, the topless part. That is the problem. Remember, this is the state last year put it on the Washington Heritage Register as the first recognized LGBTQ beach in the state. That's first. Now, I am with them when they want to talk about lewd conduct. They want to talk about drug use and all those things.
Yeah.
I think all of us hear that. We're on that. But like he said when he was on our show, this happens in all parks out here that we need to combat that. Yeah. So, yes, I'm with them, the new folks, on this whole ruling.
What about, though, because on Friday, you were asking me how I feel, and I said, I agree with them, with Jesse and Ella, Ellie, who came in, and we're talking when it comes to the beachfront. But the area where it's all out in the open, right next to the parking lot. I'm sorry. I mean, I think there's some people who are going to feel uncomfortable when there are people who are topless right there next to the parking lot, out in the open. So I believe the judge actually got it wrong, because there was a compromise already in effect.
You know what I get? You know what I get uncomfortable with?
What's that?
Is when I see folks walking around, anybody with short shorts and butt cheeks hanging out. Yeah.
Okay, that won't be me.
Okay. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, American CEOs. Are they getting older or younger? We talk about it next. Gee and Ursula.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO Newsradio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app.
Nobody should drink and drive. It's dangerous. DUI Heroes cares for their clients as people, individuals who have made a mistake. DUI Heroes will not treat you like a criminal. Their clients will be heard and understood. They will be valued. They will be seen. DUI Heroes, your DUI defense specialist, DUIHeroes.com.
Summer's right around the corner. Can you say World Series? I don't want to jinx anybody, and I don't want to jinx that heating system or cooling system that you have, but it could possibly out at home. So the best thing to do right now is to replace the system. You want it done right and done fast. Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Upgrade to a Lennox cooling system and get a new heating system free. Plus available utility rebates. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Summer's right around the corner. Procrastinators, beware. Valentine Roofing schedule is filling up now, and you don't want to be stuck with the other guys. So call 206 Roofing today, and Valentine can still start your roof in as little as 3 weeks. Then you can enjoy barbecuing on your deck in the backyard without worrying about old shingles falling on your head. So call 206 Roofing today, and I guarantee there'll be no surprise, just a clear estimate that you can trust. Call 206 Roofing, and remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Hey, what a surprise. We got tons of rain here in the Northwest in the late winter into the spring. It all adds up. Now's the time of the year when the ground becomes completely saturated with water, and that can cause real problems in your crawl space. It's Mike Salk here, and groundwater intrusion in crawl spaces, it's pretty common, but it's got to be addressed before it causes structural damage, or even worse, toxic mold in your home. You don't want any part of that. That's why if you're worried about any groundwater in your crawl space, you call Crawl Pros and you get a free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll climb into that crawl space, see what the condition is. They will go where you don't want to, definitely where I didn't want to. They came to my house and handled all this stuff. If they find water, they'll install a groundwater drainage system and a sump pump and reroute that water outside your home's footprint where it belongs. Don't take the risk. Do what I did. Have Crawl Pros come out for that free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll even check your attic at the same time. If you're worried that anything is going on with your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
We are facing an uncertain time when support for nonprofits is in danger. Now is the time to show up for them. When you give a little or a lot, every donation creates big change. Donate to nonprofits during Give Big on May 5th at wildgives.org. It's up to us.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. It's now time for We Need to Talk. Age. It comes for us all, no matter how much tenure you have at your company and no matter how much you make. Axios looked into the data and found that the American CEO is getting older. The average age of an American CEO is now 61. That's up from 51 2 decades ago. This according to a new research from the National Bureau of Economic Research. The study also finds that older leaders manage businesses that grow more slowly and are less likely to radically innovate, and they also are better at navigating economic uncertainties. Here are some of the other things from the study in Axios. The tendency to hire older leaders is more prominent among smaller privately held companies. Bigger corporations like Apple are more able to promote from within, which could explain why leaders at the S&P 500 companies are a bit younger than average at about 58.5. The average age when a CEO gets the job also rose from 47 to 51. The current Congress is the third oldest ever, with the average senator at the age of 63.8 and the average age in the House of 57.7. The average age at which PhD scientists get their first grant, a sign of success for young researchers, increased to 43 in 2020 from 39 in 1995, a Stat News piece noted last year. Ursula, your thoughts on CEOs are now older?
I'm curious because this is the story that got you interested. I mean, because my first reaction was, well, duh, they're getting older. But as you look into it, some of the things that I think of would be that, we often talk about the wealth gap. And we also talk about how hard it is for younger people to come up and, try to rise to the level of CEO, for example, or, get to the point where they can make enough income that they can have what used to be the American dream. And it just looks like people are hanging on to their jobs longer and longer. They are holding these few spots that have these big fat incomes. I mean, they're hanging on to those longer. And is that a good thing? I think if you're part of the younger generation, no. I am sensitive, for example, as someone who now has been in this industry for a long time, that I am in a spot, one of the coveted spots, limited coveted spots in this industry, where the longer I stay here, it means other people can't come up from it's going to take longer and longer for someone to take my spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I have mixed feelings. One is I don't want to be shoved out just because of my age. On the other hand, I also think I can see where younger people looking like it's going to take me longer to get in there.
Yeah. I think that over the last 20 years, we have been obsessed with the rookie CEO. We have been obsessed with the Mark Zuckerbergs and some of these CEOs wearing hoodies and being young and 19 and 20-something years old, and they're hip and all this stuff. No doubt. And some of them, no disrespect, they will have some new, fresh ideas. No doubt about it. And so what has happened is we have done that. At the same time, there is no substitute for reps, right? And you all know the old saying of you need 10,000 hours at something to be really. There you go. You'd be very successful at something. So, look, I'm not going to knock either category, but I will say this. I would say a couple things. One, today's what's the age right here? 61 years old. It's fair to say, oh my goodness, the average American CEO is 61. I would argue that today's 61-year-old is younger than 20 years ago's 61-year-old.
Agree.
That's one.
Agree.
Two, I would also argue that we're talking about being CEO. We're not talking about being middle management. We're talking about being the top boss where you influence and create the culture. I'd argue you need a little bit of life reps under your belt to truly be able to do that in a better level. Not saying that you can't do it, not saying that you can't be a mayor of a big Seattle with no experience. I'm just saying that usually if you have someone with experience and some reps, it'll just be easier with the flow.
I agree with you. I actually still bristle at the idea that at the age of 60, that some people would cast that as quote unquote elderly, or when you used to think of 60 or people in their 60s, it would be like retirement age, immediately, right? Retirement age. Yeah. And now it's Some people are just hitting their stride.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
I am
and again,
retiring to 60, though.
I know you said that.
Oh, I'm retiring to 60.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you've got good 10 years.
Yeah, I'm retired to 60. That's it. Wait, I should say I'm retiring from everyday grind.
Uh-huh.
I'm still going to be working. All right, good stuff, Ursula. All right, we got a lot of show left. We got the 10 o'clock hour. And guess what we're talking about, y'all? The conversation is centered on why is Nashville so attractive to Starbucks? You can text in your answers, and then Ursula will break it down. Next, Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
I saw her texting coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Some people out there love to do things entirely on their own. Others ask for help and trust their resources. When involved in an auto accident, you've got the choice of dealing with insurance on your own or hiring an attorney. I'm joined in studio by Harold D. Carr. He represents Harold Carr Law Offices. Harold, what's one of the main reasons for seeking representation?
If you were to look at statistics, most people end up with a lot less recovery when they don't have a law firm representing them.
And why should they hire Harold Carr Law Offices?
We're not shy about bringing lawsuits. We do try to settle, and insurance companies know that. They know that we're fair in how we talk to them. The answer is really, we are very professional. But we've had cases, big and small, where we've had to take it into litigation, and about 98% of those will settle in mediation. A lot more than the client originally expected.
Visit carlaw.com. That's carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
The Gee and Ursula Show.
There's two types of people. One's that use a washcloth. The other are bare hand bandits.
Hate to break it to you, but
Ursula, you a bare hand bandit?
Weekdays 9 to noon. Watch live on YouTube.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. Be the someone who gives their time. Be the someone who lends an ear. Be the someone who takes a step. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN, asking you to join the fight against sexual violence and volunteer in your community. Log on to RAIN.org, that's RAINN.org, to learn how you can be the someone.
This message brought to you by the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network and this station.
If you're a homeowner looking to replace your comfort system, there's only one call you need to make. That's to Home Comfort Alliance, especially right now. As a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, they meet the highest standards for training, installation, and customer satisfaction. John Curley here. Efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance matter. Right now, when you upgrade to a Carrier cooling system, you get a heating system free. And they make it so easy with a 60-second price estimator. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com now. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. For 34 years, they've been giving honest advice you can trust as your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts and debt consolidation specialists, too. Just web search Best Mortgage.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Supreme Court has restored broad access to an abortion pill, blocking a ruling that had threatened to limit its access. CBS's Katrina Kaufman reports.
What the Supreme Court decision does is it puts a temporary hold on a ruling that was made last Friday by the Fifth Circuit that restricted nationwide women's access to getting mifepristone via telehealth appointments and via mail. So really curbing one of the key abortion drug medications. This, of course, is a major issue for women in states where there is an abortion ban.
The U.S. has begun guiding ships through the Strait of Hormuz. CBS's Eleanor Watson is tracking things.
They're not escorting, which means from our understanding, they'll be coordinating from within the Gulf and down south of the Strait of Hormuz to get vessels through. The U.S. military has said that 2 have gotten through, but that's really just a few of the 100 that we suspect are still stuck inside the Gulf.
Some countries like South Korea say their vessels may have been targeted by Iran, and the United Arab Emirates says it's under attack by Iran. CBS's Aaron Navarro's monitoring efforts on Capitol Hill to limit the president's war powers.
There have been some Republicans in Congress that have tried to take measures to limit this White House's actions in Iran, but those have mainly failed.
The collapse of Spirit Airlines was a surprise for thousands of passengers scrambling now to make other arrangements. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is at the airport in Fort Lauderdale.
Spirit says they have processed credit card and debit card refunds for the majority of outstanding bookings. The rest are in the works.
The search continues for 2 missing U.S. service members who disappeared during training exercises in Morocco. Chris Livesay is there.
Aircraft have been scouring the Moroccan coastline for the missing soldiers since Saturday night. Here, where the Saharan desert meets the Atlantic Ocean. According to defense officials, the soldiers were off duty, hiking, when they fell off a cliff and into the crashing waves.
Jim Krasula reports a group of landlords is hoping to settle with the federal government over billions of dollars in losses due to an eviction moratorium during the pandemic.
More than 1,500 landlords across the country are part of a federal lawsuit that argues the eviction policy enacted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention during the pandemic violated the Fifth Amendment by unlawfully using their property without compensation.
On Wall Street today, stocks are lower. The Dow Jones Industrial's off 530 points. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Morning.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
Multiple violent fugitives are on the run from law enforcement in 2 separate violent incidents. We're going to tell you about that in just a moment. But first, we need to tell you about KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. And one big issue today, the 2-line train service has been suspended across Lake Washington. We're told it's some sort of power issue. We're working to get details on that and when it might be restored. So you're going to have to get a bus across or delay your trip. We are looking at a Renton to Bellevue delay of 29 minutes. We've had some issues on the S-curves. There was a collision in the southbound direction right by the Maple Valley Highway, and that has cleared, so that's good news. Linwood to Bellevue, 35 minutes. So those delays coming out of Canyon Park are a lot less. Federal Way to Seattle is just 32 minutes now. Those travel times have gone down as well. And Linwood to Seattle, don't often see this on a Monday, just 25 minutes. This report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss 8 fireworks nights this season, presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. Multiple violent fugitives are on the run from law enforcement in several separate incidents. In Pierce County, there's a desperate search for one man who rammed his way out of a circle of patrol cars. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has the latest.
Deputies say when 23-year-old Skylar Cantrell, wanted on felony warrants, rammed his way through a patrol car blockade, at least one deputy opened fire, and a neighbor told KIRO 7 TV.
I had woken up because my mom was in my room, and I had heard gunshots, and I think one of the bullets ricocheted off of my window, and basically it was right where I was sleeping, so it could have hit me.
Deputies say Cantrell got away. Later they found his getaway BMW. Neighbors said he was bleeding, asking for help. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
King County Sheriff's deputies are also searching for 41-year-old Kyle Cathcart in a separate incident. He's suspected of killing his wife last week and blaming it on a violent home invasion. It's the first day back at class at Foss High School after a student stabbed 5 people during a fight in the hallways at that school in Tacoma last week. The district has counselors and extra support for those who may need it. A boater near Boston Harbor in Thurston County was arrested last night after running over a smaller boat. Here's KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor.
The Thurston County Sheriff's Office says the person in the smaller boat was thrown into the water and hit by the larger one. The larger boat took off, but nearby boaters from the marina rushed out and pulled the victim from the water. The Sheriff's Office says without that help, the victim may not have survived. The larger boat came back a short time later. Deputies arrested the operator for assault by watercraft after witnesses said the boat was being driven recklessly. Sheriff Derek Sanders posted on social media the victim has serious injuries that could lead to permanent disfigurement. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Investigators want to know who put a Toyota 4Runner in Lake Washington. Someone spotted it underwater yesterday near the Mount Baker Rowing and Sailing Center just north of Seward Park in Seattle. Seattle police say it was fully submerged about 50 feet from the shore with every door and window closed. Fire crews found no one inside or in the water, so it's a mystery for now. We're going to check your weather forecast, and it's a beautiful day. High of 80 degrees, warm and sunny. Tomorrow we're going to start with clouds and get sunny, and I don't even see rain in the forecast for the next week. It's 69 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you guys are hanging out with us. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. It is just one of those gorgeous Monday mornings with the perfect kind of weather after a perfect weather weekend. I just posted, just in the last couple of seconds, some pictures of us over the weekend, and I am inviting all of you, Gee and Ursula Show listeners, if you took pictures of yourself doing anything celebrating the glorious weather that we had this weekend, share them with us because you are part of the family and we want to see those pictures. As always, we invite you to join us on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And if you missed any part of our show, you can always catch up by listening to the Gee and Ursula Show podcast. Okay, are we ready? Let's get to it.
Yep.
What's new at 10?
So the question posed by a Seattle Times reporter, Paul Roberts, was, what does Nashville have that Seattle doesn't? And, of course, he's asking after Starbucks chose to expand its operations over there in Nashville. They've added 35 company headquarters in recent years in Nashville. They've got now Nissan, Oracle, and Amazon. So the question is, why? And maybe one of the obvious answers would be the taxes. Tennessee ranks near the top for business tax climate, and Washington is near the bottom. So there's no state income tax in Tennessee, and just by going there, Starbucks could save tens of millions of dollars a year by shifting more jobs over there. They also don't have a mayor that said, okay, bye.
Yeah.
But also, have you been to Nashville?
No.
Because I've only been once, and it was a long time ago. But I know that a lot of people just love it over there.
Right.
It's at the crossroads of 3 different interstates. So within a day's drive of half the U.S., essentially. So if you're trying to grow in the Southeast, which is what Starbucks has said, it's the perfect location. And then when it comes to workforce, it is growing very fast over there in Nashville. And companies say they've got a lot of skilled workers, which is something that we always could brag about over here, is that you can find a lot of great skilled workers here in the Puget Sound region specifically, but in the state of Washington. So reading through this, basically they're saying former mayor Bill Purcell in Nashville said this wasn't random. This is something that they've actually been actively pursuing and actively planning for, and they're reaping the benefits.
Yeah, they are. Well, look, there's a lot of reasons as to why maybe Nashville is attractive, or maybe here locally, reasons why Bellevue seems to be attractive. We had on who's the president of the downtown Seattle, you had John Scholes on the show, and he admitted it. And he talked about like, hey, you know what? In Bellevue, they're signing leases over there. It's growing over there, and something is happening in Seattle.
Too many taxes.
And specifically when it comes to, yes, there's the taxes, but just think about the conversation. Sometimes, Ursula, when you are in a relationship, and some of you maybe have been in a relationship where you could not afford to move, and somebody just talked bad to you any kind of way. Or you're at a job where you have to constantly come in and you don't feel appreciated, but you don't have another job or other options. So you have to stick it out in that job. You have to be careful the way you talk to somebody that actually has an opportunity to leave. Whether it's a job, whether it is at home, when you have that opportunity. So what we are seeing right now, I'm not saying that the mayor of Seattle is the reason that Starbucks is doing this. I'm saying that there should have been a grown-up discussion and conversation. The comment about I'm not buying Starbucks and neither should you should have never happened. That should have never.
That was on day one.
That should have never happened with the leader. So now you have other places, and by the way, whether it's Nashville, Tennessee, Austin, Texas, there's new cities in America that are coming up. Remember, in the 80s, early 80s, there used to be a time where one of the powerful cities in the 70s was Detroit. Detroit, Michigan was a powerhouse. So
then it became a ghost town, and then now is it having a revival?
I mean,
it's better than it was.
It's better than it was, but it'll never match what it used to be.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm saying. So where Seattle was big time in the tech, pay attention to Detroit. Matter of fact, we had Eduardo Jordan, and he said exactly that. And people didn't like when he said that. But
and he's, for people who don't recognize the name, he's a former restaurant owner, had multiple restaurants, and he essentially said that Seattle is in danger for small businesses in particular and the restaurant industry because of everything that seems to be working against a lot of smaller businesses, and just the business climate that there was fear of it becoming a lot of just empty storefronts in downtown Seattle. So, but yeah, I like how the reporter broke it down in the Seattle Times. Check out that story because, a lot of people are asking, like, what's the deal with Nashville? Well, there are other cities that are waking up or have woken up and have said, hey, we're going to compete for this business. Okay, well, let's talk about the phone ban, the Seattle Public Schools phone ban. We asked people to text in and say whether they would have liked to see their school district do what Seattle did and said, basically no phones before high school, and in high school, because it starts today, they're basically saying that you can only use your phone in high school between breaks. So Stefan in Tacoma says, my son is 17. He didn't get his first phone until he was a 14-year-old freshman. My daughter is 6, and we have the same rule. Aaron in Auburn says, I have elementary age kids. I fully support schools to ban phones all day. There's absolutely no reason that they need distractions during the day. Mike in Sultan also says, I agree with this. The Sultan School District has this policy. 425 says, North Shore and Lake Washington school districts already do the phone ban. Not entirely enforced, it's coming from a substitute teacher, but the expectation is there anyway.
Can I give a sweeping statement? Because sometimes we see this often where we'll see parents says, I didn't, what did that person said at the beginning? I didn't allow my child to have a cell phone until when? What did they say?
14.
Until they were 14?
Uh-huh.
No, that's fair. I thought it was older than that. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair if you got 14, usually 8th, 9th grade. Yeah. That's a fair thing.
How early did your kids get cell phones? My younger got one definitely earlier than the older one.
Well, some families kids have to get cell phones because of necessity, right? There's a thing called working poverty where you're having to constantly be gone all the time. So my kids had cell phones earlier than probably they should have been. But going back to this cell phone ban, look, man, if this is a possibility and potentially it will lead to kids being better at school, great, awesome. I hope that this does this, and also if it helps parents be able to help make the decision. That's the thing that really stands out to me is there's
just
families
take it out of the parents
that are like, oh, thank you. Like they're scared to parent. Like you're scared to just tell your child that they can't take their phone to school.
Yeah.
So it trips me out that it takes a ruling from a school district for you to be like, okay, little Johnny, little Lisa, you can't take your phone.
Yeah. I think, I hear you totally on that one. And I'm sure a lot of parents fall into that category. I think the other thing is a school district or the school can also reinforce what you've been telling them. It's just they're not under your purview anymore. They're not under your eyesight. You can't see them while they're in school, so you don't know exactly what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know how many times I would harp. Our younger son was a lot more attached to his phone for a while. He's not that way now as an adult, funny enough, but he was a lot more so in high school. And, no matter what we would tell him, I don't have control over him at school. So I like that it would be enforced at the school level. Right. And I think it's just going to ultimately be that much easier for teachers, too. I think it would be a nightmare to try to deal with the phones and, the things that kids do with their phones during the school day. And everyone wants to catch that viral moment. And so, I think it's going to actually result in a fewer headaches.
I will say this. You just said something about the teachers.
Yeah.
This part is great because we ask our teachers to do everything.
Yep.
And so if this means that this is one thing off the to-do list for the teacher, making their life easy, hey, everybody, I'm all for it. Good. For the teachers.
Yes, for sure. Okay, I did something for the first time over the weekend. I realized that on Saturday, I have never watched a Kentucky Derby. Never. Yeah. I've never watched. Obviously, I have seen maybe highlights of it, but I've never actually watched the race. Yeah. And so Saturday, I was at Emerald Downs. I was invited. We were invited to join some friends there, and it was the big Kentucky Derby day. So we wore hats. I have this goofy hat that I got as a gag gift one Christmas, and so I had an opportunity to wear it. I've posted it on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page, and we went and watched, and that was what a historic race. Listen to this.
The 152nd Run for the Roses on NBC.
Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVore make history.
Ridden by Jose Ortiz, Golden Tempo passed 17 horses just before the wire to win the 1.25 mile race in 2 minutes and 2.27 seconds, beating odds of 23 to 1.
It hasn't even sunk
Pumpkin that I won the Derby.
Trainer Cherie DeVoe, now the first woman to train the winning horse at the Kentucky Derby.
This was a plan, how he runs, and I watched Jose picking horses off one by one.
Will Golden Tempo run in the Preakness Stakes in 2 weeks? DeVoe said the horse will decide. Michael Toscano, CBS News.
I mean, that was just, first of all, a really fun event.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch the Kentucky Derby?
I've been to a bunch of Kentucky Derby parties. I have never once watched the Kentucky Derby.
Still to this day.
I've been to Emerald Downs. I've been to all the parties. And I got to tell you, Ursula, the last time I was at a Kentucky Derby party, I was looking around and I was asking myself, why am I even this ain't for me. Like, this all dress pretend, like some of y'all don't even dress up ever, and now you dressed up. And
That's what made it so fun.
Yeah, it felt like a costume party.
It was a costume party.
So
my gosh.
But shout out to people that go.
Yeah.
I've never watched the Kentucky Derby, and then I found myself like, I don't even care about the Kentucky Derby, but I'm going to these parties.
Well, this was the first time that I donned the hat.
Yeah.
So I had my Derby hat, like I said. And it was fun. I even took some pictures. I just had myself taking pictures with people who were all decked out. There were two gentlemen that had the greatest suits. If that was the first one that I watched, where this horse came from almost dead last to win it at the very last second, and then the fact that the horse trainer is the first female trainer to ever win the Kentucky Derby, that was incredible. And here's another thing. Emerald Downs, I hope they can continue to survive. I mean, that place was packed. Mm-hmm. And that's just a fun little spot to be, too.
Yeah.
And we had to.
Are the young kids going to watch horse races these days?
There were, it was.
Not
they make
Derby.
it very.
I'm just talking about outside of the Kentucky Derby. Are you guys going? Are they going to Emerald Downs?
No, they're going to sports betting. Is that what you're talking about?
I just don't see Nick and some of his friends going down there these days. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that is seen as glory days.
My uncle,
yes.
my uncle, my mom's brother, that was his thing. He was at the horse races. That was his thing all the time. And I just think when you start thinking about, of course, horse races, was a lot of gambling going on in those situations. The youngsters, like you just said,
yes. They're doing they've got other
Cowshe and all that kind of stuff.
They've got other avenues.
Yeah.
The first race, I will tell you that I put $20 down. I was like, and I let a friend decide who was going to win. Yeah. If that friend is listening, we lost that one. And then when I bet on my own, I only did 2 other races. Mm-hmm. We won, so I got $4 back.
Okay, there we go. Love that.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Hey, well, I don't have any other stories, but I wanted to mention because Paul was just asking about it and suggested that I bring it up because I did post on the Ask Ursula page my perfume recommendations. So they are out now. And I would love it if you haven't had a chance to check out the advice column. Go to mynorthwest.com/Ask Ursula. If you have a dilemma right now, if a life dilemma is keeping you up at night and you want to have someone listen to your problem and perhaps give you some suggestions, send me your Ask Ursula question. Again, email at askursula@bonneville.com or mynorthwest.com/Ask Ursula.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And Ursula, someone texts in, Elena texts in, wanted to know who is producing today. And I'm surprised because they didn't mention May the 4th be with you at all. And that's something.
As if I don't have a plan for Star Wars and G.
I was going to say.
I mean.
May 4th.
Is Paul, like, are you losing your nerdum?
No.
Let's just say someone had something queued up for a surprise agree to disagree that maybe now the cat's out of the bag. But of course we haven't forgot about Star Wars Day, G.
Okay.
Are you, I know you'll be going to check out The Mandalorian and Grogu coming up here a couple of weeks.
What'd you call me?
All right. Ursula, so with the perfumes and stuff like that, when people go to check it out, are you talking about perfume and cologne?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Did it smell good?
Yes. And I love playing scent matchmaker.
Okay.
So if you have any questions about that, I like to match fragrances with your personality, with your lifestyle, all of it. It's like a joy for me. So hit me up.
Here comes a sweeping statement.
Oh no. Oh, boy.
A sweeping statement.
Uh-huh.
Perfume and or cologne wearers aren't that much in the Pacific Northwest compared to the Midwest.
It's true. I already had someone complain about, hey, sometimes we don't like perfume in closed spaces. And you do have to be.
Yeah, some people.
You do have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, some people don't like cologne and perfume.
It's true. And I'm sorry that I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We can talk about favorites later on. That'd be good stuff. All right, coming up next, we got scenarios at 10:47. But up next, are you someone right now that knows where to find your child's drawing from when they were in school? Do you keep those? Well, we're going to talk about why some folks do. Next, Gee Ursula.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got three options. Number one, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
When you're hiring,
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. Police in Portland are investigating a fiery crash at an athletic club from Saturday morning. Someone drove a car packed with explosives into the Multnomah Athletic Club. That person died. While they have not been identified, there are reports he was a disgruntled former employee. Matt Carter is the club's former food and beverage manager, and he tells KIRO News Radio one of his friends still works there.
He posted on his social, what a crazy night at work or something like that. So he was there.
No one in the club was hurt. Washington State Patrol is investigating an unusual incident on 405 northbound this morning near Bothell. We're told one car was stopped on the left shoulder and the driver ran across the northbound lanes. An oncoming car hit them and they died. Tensions are rising in the Strait of Hormuz, and so are gas prices, as Iran has started firing on vessels being escorted through the strait by the U.S. military. More from CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro.
We know that the U.S. Navy will be helping these ships cross the strait, and CENTCOM says that 2 U.S.-flagged merchant vessels have already been able to transit through the straits. But Iran has only spoken out against this, saying that the strait, quote, would not be managed by Trump's delusional posts, and warning that U.S. forces could be hit if they try and cross through the strait.
The national average for a gallon of regular is now $4.45. In Washington, it's $5.67, which is a record. Analysts also say the U.S. dollar is weakening. Since 2025, the value of a dollar has dropped about 10% compared to many other world currencies. The war in Iran has been a factor, along with tariffs and inflation. That means higher expenses for international travelers. And the Supreme Court has restored access to the abortion pill for now.
The order signed by Justice Samuel Alito temporarily restores the arrangement that existed before Friday
Friday's ruling, allowing women to obtain the pill via telemedicine or through the mail. The drug companies had asked the court to permanently block Friday's ruling requiring the pill to be picked up in person. But this is a brief administrative stay in effect until May 11th, allowing the justices to further mull the case. That stay may be extended. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Now we're going to go to KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. And the good news, the 2-line train service across Lake Washington has been restored. Sound Transit says there was some sort of power outage that caused the stoppage, but they're still investigating. We do have an issue on 99 southbound just north of Republican Street, a collision blocking the right lane, so be mindful of that. I-5 is looking pretty good. Better way to Seattle, 31 minutes now. You've still got some slowing getting into town. Linwood to Seattle, just 23 minutes. Linwood to Bellevue on 405. 26 minutes, and that's issue-free. So is Renton to Bellevue at 22 minutes. This report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Beautiful day, high of 80 degrees, and not a cloud, not too many clouds around. 69 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. I love this next topic because I have boxes and boxes of mementos from the kids. And what do you decide to keep, and why do you decide to keep it? So, do you have some stuff tucked away in a drawer or in your basement?
Yeah, I do.
What do you end up keeping?
Just some of the things that were addressed to me, like a picture of me. I've got a few of those. It's funny how your kids would draw what they think you look like during that time.
Yeah.
So I don't really, and then you got some couple school projects, and then of course you got a bunch of pictures and all those things, and then you have like what they said. Like one specifically that I have that's in my one of my rooms is it's the last day of school and what they want to do for the summer. That type of deal. So yes, I do.
I know. So I can't give them up, and I'm never going to give them up. But this article and there's research also by Duke University finds that as we age and as life becomes more routine, your brain's perception of time gets a bit warped. So for those of us who think, okay, well, we're just saving this because we want to hang on to these old memories, they're saying that these physical objects help remind us of when and what has happened in our lives. You know how busy we can get. I mean, are there chunks of time in your life where I can't even remember for a 5-year span what exactly happened in those 5 years? I guess as I get further and further away from it, too. Mm-hmm. But according to Adrian Bijan, a researcher at Duke, our brains process a series of mental images based on what we see, what we hear, and what we experienced. And when we're younger, our brains receive and process these images more rapidly. So as we get older, it slows down due to physical changes like the degradation of neural pathways. So when you have a day full of new experiences, that's why those days feel longer compared to your usual routine workday. So you're wondering, well, how does this relate to all these things that we're hanging on to, these mementos from our kids? Well, it helps remind you that these things did happen and helps your brain revisit those moments by seeing them again. I mean, bottom line for me, especially now that the kids are out of the house, it's like those memories bring me peace. Mm-hmm. Those memories will always make me smile. One of the things that is most dear to me is a project that my oldest son did, and he was asked, "Who is your guardian angel?" Mm-hmm. And he listed me as his guardian angel and came up with all these reasons as to why he thinks mom is his guardian angel. That thing brings tears to my eyes every single time.
Right. I think that this article, and towards the end, the writer talks about how adult kids, right? So we're now when you're adults, and when these adults go to get these boxes when loved ones or parents and or grandparents pass away, and you're going through all the stuff. And you see, so some of you, maybe you've had a loved one or a parent that's passed away, and you go through and you see what it is that they kept. So you're thinking like, hey, wow, they kept all of this. And what it ends up, I think, reminding us all about, like, for an example, when I went to go clean out my dad's place. Now, he didn't have any drawings or pictures like that, but he had, like, articles of me as a kid, articles of about me that I hadn't even seen before. And I think what happens is yes, we keep them, we love them, it's a keepsake, but really it ends up being a blessing for people later on in life. So when those kids come and see that, and sometimes we as parents, right, and I'm going to speak for myself, we always think about and talk about where we have failed as parents, where we didn't do a good job as parents, where we fell short as parents. Well, when they open up those boxes and they see the things that you kept, they will then be reminded, oh, my parent was present. Yes. Oh, my parent was there doing a lot of things. When I didn't think that they didn't pay attention to a lot of things, oh my goodness, there's that. So that's what I love about anybody that keeps these things. Yeah, don't let G make fun. I talk a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, the next generation is going to be extremely grateful that you kept that.
Yeah, I'm feeling that exact way right now. We actually, it's interesting. My parents, they live in Florida now, and back when Hurricane Ian rolled through, there was a lot of stuff that was lost, a lot of stuff that were mementos, trinkets, and things. And now I got to go back. I might have told the story on air. I got to take my dad's old record collection back from Florida with me. So I have a bunch of my dad's old records now. But I also got to go down the rabbit hole. I saw their wedding album for the first time. I got to just see so much of these things. And it's really important because I got to be reminded, oh, I remember these things. I remember this trip. I remember this stuff. But yeah, it was just, I think you kind of nailed it, G. It was like, my parents worked really hard. I'm the youngest of three. They worked full time. They were, they were higher ups. They were still at the ballpark though. They were still there Friday night. They were still waving and stuff. And I'm really glad that, when moving and all that stuff and some of the clutter, you're like, yeah, sure. But I'm so glad that we have access. And my parents now send me stuff all the time, little trinkets from the past. So, it's a little care package. And it's like, oh, here's this little, here's a baseball card from your old Pee Wee team that you were on. And it's just like the nostalgia is huge.
I love that. But I think there is a fine balance that you have to find.
Yes.
Because storage units and storage companies are making bank based on people who cannot get rid of anything, right? So you have to be really good at curating what it is that you're going to hold on to because you can't hang on to everything.
Yeah. Well, what doesn't get talked about when you do lose a loved one and you are going through a hard time? You want to know what doesn't get talked about? That sense of peace that you get when you're going through some of those things with your loved ones. So what turns out as grieving might get some laughs on your faces, you know what I mean? And you get to talk about. So that whole get together of, oh my goodness, I can't believe they kept this.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
remember when?
I love that.
All right. That's a great topic right now. It's time for some scenarios. Hey, we judge other people. Don't worry. Scenarios is here to stay. We tried, but it's here. We'll do it next. Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, we've cared for hens with healthy pastures and organic grains. That's why our eggs are nutritious and flavorful. Next time you shop, choose Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
With Mariners value games, you can score tickets starting under $12 on select dates all season long, including all 3 games of this week's marquee interleague matchup against the Braves. Don't miss the action tonight and tomorrow at 6:40 and Wednesday at 1:10. Get your tickets today at mariners.com/value games.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
We are facing an uncertain time when support for nonprofits is in danger. Now is the time to show up for them. Whether you give a little or a lot, every donation creates big change. Donate to nonprofits during Give Big on May 5th at wildgives.org. It's up to us.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you when they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see, they know, they hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Get your entire home installed for just $99 at Carpet Liquidators. From carpet to flooring, we've got you covered.
You can't control what's happening in the world. You can't control gas prices or what the market does tomorrow. But you can control whether your retirement is protected when the unexpected hits. That's what Rajiv Nagaich has dedicated his career to helping families do. Not just picking investments, but building one plan that brings your healthcare, housing, legal, and financial decisions together into a single strategy. A strategy designed to keep you out of a nursing home, protect your assets, and keep your family from becoming your unpaid caregivers. If the last weeks have made you uneasy about your future, you need help. Join Rajiv at a free 90-minute seminar this May. You'll see where most plans fall short and how yours doesn't have to.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Space is limited, so sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
This is Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland. I'm working to lower costs, grow the middle class, keep us safe, and defend our freedom. I'm also here to help you with the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, the VA, passports, and more. We've recovered over $16 million for taxpayers and look forward to helping you. Call me at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Appreciate all of you all for hanging out here on the show. Right now, let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
They really want to know, and they want us to be the judge on this. So, over the weekend, my girlfriend asked me to grab her phone off the counter. When I go to pick up the phone off the counter, a text pops up. I didn't open it. I didn't snoop or anything like that. But I did read, because it has the profile that kind of the text that kind of comes in, and only 3 words came up. And it says, "Can't stop thinking," and that was it. I hand her the phone. She says thanks. Everything's golden, but not golden with me. I've been thinking about this all weekend and even right now, so I had to ask you all, did I make the right decision, even though I read the "can't stop thinking," just to hand them their phone? Or should I have said something right away? Because I feel like if I would have said something right away and it was nothing, I would never be able to live that down. So I need to get your thoughts on this. 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you up the bat first.
You saw it. She asked you to hand her the phone. You saw it. I would have just asked about it right then.
It just said, "Can't stop thinking, ...
Yeah.
You can't couldn't see the rest.
And maybe make it light of it. Hey, here's your phone. Someone can't stop thinking of you. Who is it? You know, just...
It didn't say of you. It said, "Can't stop thinking."
Okay.
It didn't say anything.
So first of all, what it tells me is, A, y'all have terrible communication skills between each other.
Okay.
Secondly, you're already suspicious of what's going on in this relationship because you immediately went there. Mm-hmm. And now you don't know. It's bugging you. If it's bugging you, bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then depending on the answer, I mean, you may have an answer that it'll just be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I was worried about that." Or it might be an answer that makes you even more concerned. But whatever you do, it's worse because now you're just building it up in your head, right? And now you're just fuming about it and thinking, "Oh my God, maybe this is, XYZ. Ask about it.
Okay. I think that, asking about it.
Yeah.
Look here, player. If you see a text that says "can't stop thinking," whatever's happening, it's been happening. So, and whatever's not happening, it's been not happening. It's either way. And either you, like you just said, Ursula, if you get this feeling off of "can't stop thinking" and you've been having this feeling before. You've been having this feeling about that. So I would just hand them their phone, quit thinking about stuff, you're letting your mind play tricks on you, and just continue to go forward. You either trust them or you don't.
Would you bring it up, though?
No!
Oh, I would. You saw it. I mean, the fact is you saw something that made you feel a certain way. Mm-hmm. And if you need assurance or just like her to laugh hysterically and say, "Oh my God, that was my mom."
It could have been Paul.
Could have been, "Can't stop thinking of that flower vase that you gave me." Can't stop thinking of that pie we ate.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
It could have been Paul saying, "Can't stop thinking about the time you called me a nerd."
Well, I guess my question is it I know you said, so the name, like your contact name, like the name that pops up was "can't stop thinking about"?
I can't stop thinking.
Okay.
That's it.
I think you just gotta, just bite it in the butt, have the conversation, and just bring it. Be like, "Hey, I saw this person can't stop thinking about something. They just texted you about it." And that's as easy of an on-ramp as you go. You don't have to immediately point the finger. It just if it's gonna eat at you, if it's gonna burn at you, you're gonna have to bring it up eventually, because the worst thing you'd want to do is, say, a different thing happens down the line 6 months later, then you pull this one out of thin air because you've been, that's been sitting in your gut for this whole time, and that leads to the other trust thing. This is a classic Ursula situation. Communication is key.
Yep.
Let's see here. Am I too early to check in with you, Nick? on this topic?
I think it wouldn't bother me personally if I saw my partner get a message from whoever's popping up on their phone, depending on how long we've been together and the level of trust we have with each other. Because everybody's messaging someone at some point aside from the certain someone they're staying in touch with. But I will admit, if I saw the prompt with the first 3 words, I can't stop thinking, my curiosity would be going on another level, thinking it's some romantic prompt from somebody else. So I couldn't help myself to try and bring it up with somebody because, those kind of words I feel like are just like kind of like leading into certain things that other people are talking about. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be nerd talk about Paul, but who knows?
I think bottom line is this person already feels suspicious in this relationship and already feels insecure in this relationship and is automatically jumping to the worst. Joey says, what I would have said, hey, someone can't stop thinking about you, like we were discussing, and just see what she says right then. It could just be her girlfriend trying to decide on a dress. Mm-hmm. It could be. But now that it's passed, just say, hey, I got to tell you, and maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's absolutely nothing, and it's my fault for being insecure. But when I gave you your phone the other day, I saw this. Do I have anything to worry about? Yeah. Just throw it out there.
Tamara in Tacoma says, nah, G, he needs to mention it. It will eat on you. Yes. And then also, if it is something that you find out later, how much of your life are you wasting falsely trusting someone? I would say, look, but are you wasting your life? I mean, it is what
energy?
It is.
Yes.
I mean, you can, but that's just life.
But why not nip it in the bud instead of having that anger or that? Just say, hey, what was that?
And then is it possible to open up another can of something? Is that possible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what was that on your phone about? I can't stop thinking. And then it was Paul. I can't stop thinking about May the 4th be with you.
And then you guys can laugh about it.
Hey, look, Ernie and Kid says this is a lose-lose conversation. Let it go just in case you just don't trust her. In that case, bring it up. All right, Ursula. In the 11 o'clock hour, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I am looking forward to Luke Ducey is going to join us. And you guys know his former life, he was a PR strategist. Well, he's going to talk about PR strategy and maybe the mayor's office of Seattle. Maybe they're listening. Next, Gee and Ursula.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO Newsradio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce. Pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TilaMortgage.com.
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Central Command says that U.S. military helicopters have sunk 6 Iranian small boats.
It looks to me as though the Battle of Hormuz has begun. This is something that we've been contemplating as a possibility really since the start of this war.
CBS News national security contributor Aaron McClain also says
the president has tried through negotiations and threats to get the Iranians essentially to open it. Last night, he announced that this Project Freedom was going to be an American effort to begin opening it, and the Iranians have retaliated.
The United Arab Emirates says Iran launched its first missile and drone attack on the UAE and fired 2 drones at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz since a ceasefire with the U.S. took effect on April 8th.
I'm Stacey Lynn at the White House. In a phone interview with Fox, the president issued a warning to Iran, saying if U.S. ships are targeted in the Strait of Hormuz during what he calls Project Freedom, they would, quote, be blown off the face of the earth. He called the naval blockade the greatest military maneuver in history, noting American bases are prepared for potential strikes if needed. As for negotiations on a peace deal to fully end the war, he said Iran appears to be more flexible.
The Supreme Court has restored broad access to the abortion pill mifepristone. Justice Samuel Alito has temporarily halted an appellate court order that blocked an FDA rule allowing mifepristone to be prescribed online and dispensed through the mail. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The case was actually brought as a challenge to a change to the FDA regulations. Think all the way back to COVID era, where the FDA temporarily changed how you could obtain mifepristone.
A weaker U.S. dollar is starting to show up in everyday costs for Americans. CBS's Jim Krasula with more.
A weaker dollar means Americans get less when traveling abroad and may pay more for imported goods like food, fuel, vehicles, and electronics. Economists say the effect on prices can increase when included with other factors like inflation, tariffs, and the spike in fuel prices because of President Donald Trump's Iran war.
A United jet, while trying to land at New Jersey's Newark Liberty Airport yesterday, struck a delivery truck on the turnpike near the airport. Former National Transportation Safety Board Chair Robert Sumwalt.
They wanted to make sure they were putting it on the runway at the right point, but unfortunately it appears that they got too low too soon.
The driver is expected to be okay. The FAA and United say the plane landed safely and they are investigating. Britney Spears has avoided jail time in a California case, driving under the influence case, that is, by pleading guilty to a lesser charge through her lawyer. Stocks are down on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Multiple violent fugitives are on the run in 2 separate cases. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. But first, KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. And we're going to start with 405 northbound in Bellevue. We've got some 2 collisions here just north of I-90, one and then the other. And it's creating a very thick backup for about 3 miles at this point. And it's also predictably causing problems on that already difficult merge, both eastbound and westbound. It's tough to get to 405 right now. Bear with that because if you want to get to Renton, after that slowdown, it is smooth sailing all the way to Renton and pretty much smooth sailing all the way up north on 405. Federal Way to Seattle, 26 minutes on I-5. Linwood to Bellevue, 405 southbound, just 23 minutes. And Linwood to Seattle, 19 minutes. Not a lot of other problems besides that. The Cross Lake Connection 2 line is back in service. If you didn't hear that a half hour ago, there was a power outage, and now that is fixed. This report brought to you by Global Credit Union. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. A King County man will spend 2 years in prison for stealing nearly $500,000 from his own grandmother. Senior Deputy Prosecutor Carissa Taylor says the man manipulated his grandmother, who has dementia, into handing over her life savings.
The victim's son discovered the theft and the balance in her IRA. She had less than $50 left to her name and is now on food stamps.
Pierce County Sheriff's deputies are searching for a suspect who rammed his way out of a circle of patrol cars Sunday. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has the latest.
Deputies say they spotted 23-year-old Skylar Cantrell, wanted on felony charges, slumped over inside his BMW SUV. When they blocked him in, Deputy Carly Capetto says
the subject awoke and began ramming vehicles.
One deputy, she says, opened fire. Cantrell got away. Later, investigators found his getaway BMW. The tires were deflated. Neighbors say Cantrell had blood on him, asking for help. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A boater near Boston Harbor in Thurston County was arrested after running over a smaller boat. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor has that story.
The Thurston County Sheriff's Office says the person in the smaller boat was thrown into the water and hit by the larger one. The larger boat took off, but nearby boaters from the marina rushed out and pulled the victim from the water. The Sheriff's Office says without that help, the victim may not have survived. The larger boat came back a short time later. Deputies arrested the operator for assault by watercraft after witnesses said the boat was being driven recklessly. Sheriff Derek Sanders posted on social media the victim has serious injuries that could lead to permanent disfigurement. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Investigators want to know who put a Toyota 4Runner into Lake Washington. It all started when someone spotted it near just north of Seward Park in the water, fully submerged, every door closed. Fire crews sent out divers but found no one inside or outside. A little bit of a mystery. And another mystery that people have been asking about, tiny blue sea creatures that are washing up on the West Coast beaches by the thousands. They look like jellyfish, but are separate species called by-the-wind sailors, named for the blue flap that catches the wind and carries them around. According to the New York Times, they will not sting you. They often wash up this time of year, but there are many more of them because of a confluence of strong winds. Now we're going to check your weather forecast, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful day. A high of 80 degrees tomorrow, a high of 74 after some morning clouds. It's 73 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Choose and joy. Good morning to you, Ursula.
I love choosing joy, especially when we have this kind of weather that we're having right now.
Yes.
It's incredible. It's hard not to feel joyous. If you have not done so already, check out our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. You and Lillian looked absolutely amazing went all dressed up on Saturday. And we're posting pictures of how we are celebrating the sunshine. You can check out my derby hat. And also, we went out to Lake Union yesterday.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The park right there, where you can also see the Virginia and some other historic boats. You can get tours of them right on Lake Union's waterfront. Amazing. What a fun little getaway. It was really fun. So if you haven't checked that out recently, make sure you do so.
You know what we got to make sure we talk about this week?
What's that?
Because fellas,
Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day.
Yes.
And so we need to make sure we're talking about ideas. Come on, we got to be there for each other. What you doing? Don't pull up to the grocery store and grab that card. And when they get the card, it's cold still. And then you're waking up the kids. Hey, sign this card. Hurry up for your mother.
Oh, man. Okay, text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Let's go.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
So we were talking at the beginning of the show about the PR disaster that occurred when Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson's handlers tried to keep her from answering a question posed by Como 4's Chris Daniels. So in case you missed it, he was speaking with the mayor last week after shots were fired near a building where she was talking about new housing.
How do you feel after Tuesday, after what happened, what transpired?
I'm doing great. Got a great team supporting me, and I'll just say, we don't have any indication that that shooting was targeted or anything like that. So I think it's a reminder of how much work we have to do as a city on gun violence, but I'm doing fine.
Okay, I think that's a great answer. But then he had a follow-up question, G, and that's where things got really awkward.
I talked to people in that neighborhood who said that, hold on, it's just one last question. People in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the topic. Thanks.
But does that change your perspective at all on the issue of surveillance cameras based on what you went through on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but let's keep it on topic, okay? She's about to answer the question, though. Okay. I mean, it looks worse when you jump in like that.
I'm sorry, I specifically said to keep it on topic. Okay.
But I also have to ask the questions that people want to have answered.
Maybe we can set up a different time.
Okay, so that's where things just really went wrong. And
Maybe before we get the expert on, I just want to say this, Ursula.
Yeah?
I think things went wrong. You think things went wrong. Everybody with a pulse thinks things went wrong. Maybe the mayor's office doesn't think it went wrong. Maybe they believe that since they feel like you have to stay on topic, maybe they don't look at it as a disaster. Maybe somebody could do a follow-up and ask them that.
But now you have Danny Westneat from the Seattle Times talking about the mayor's repeated gaffes.
You lost Danny?
If you lost Danny.
You lost Danny?
Yeah. And then, and as he put it correctly, it's like, okay, you're going to stumble once, you're going to stumble twice, but now it's looking like a pattern. You've got fodder for conservative talk show hosts to make this a national story and make her a laughing stock. And she hasn't even been in office that long. So we've got our reporter, Luke Ducey, who covers all sorts of news stories for us. But in case you don't know, Luke, you also host The Spin, which is a podcast where you use your PR background to break down and talk about the spin that people use to change the story.
We all do it. We've all got our own spin, but, politicians have a lot of spin. Corporate PR people have a lot of spin, and that's what we do. And on the spin, we tell you what they're really trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And we identify the spin. Sometimes it's positive spin. Sometimes it's really great. It's a great move.
Well, let's not bury the lead.
Yes.
Help us out with the spin of the mayor's office.
You got to ask yourself what went right here, I think. So if the goal was to highlight the program that they were there for, to announce the announcement of the day and reinforce their policies and their goals behind getting to that big announcement, did they accomplish that? Because you can accomplish that and answer other questions at the same time. We heard her answer a different question than was the announcement of the day, and that was, how are you doing after that shooting?
Fine answer.
So she answered that question. If their goal was to, and I doubt it was, have your comms person interrupt on camera while someone was recording, and have the mayor awkwardly walk off camera, but then stand there off camera, you can still hear her talking. Well, you definitely accomplished that if that was your goal. I doubt that was their goal. But by doing that, you kind of mentioned this. Well, here's what you do. A few things here. You create a new negative news cycle, whether you wanted to or not. You did it.
And we're starting off the week with it.
And to your point, though, Gee and Ursula, maybe they don't care. Maybe in their office, in their closed doors, they're talking about after the fact, you know what, who cares? We don't care about that. But those things add up. And they add up, and they build, and they build, and they build to the point where you said, if you lose Danny, because they build. And then what do? They answer they lead to more pointed questions and more research, because if you keep telling reporters, especially journalists, not going to answer that, not going to answer that, guess what? The more unethical journalists, because they're out there, they'll go digging. And they'll go find something that they can write about, because blood gets in the water then. They feel that the time's ripe for that, because you're hurting the trust relationship with those reporters. And so others think, well, trust is gone. I can go after you in different ways. But you've also, to your point, you've now handed your critics a chance on a silver platter to leverage the moment themselves and fill in the gaps with their own messaging, because you didn't put your messaging out there, and instead they'll put theirs out there, and they will fill those gaps, and they will leverage that moment. For politicians, corporations, it's easier when it comes to trust relationships. Politicians, they need the votes, so they really should care about those trust relationships, not just with reporters, but also with other stakeholders, like people who vote for them. That's kind of the risk that they run by doing those sorts of things as well.
Well, and I understand she ended up having an interview with Chris Daniels and answered the question.
She did. Too late.
But why not let her, exactly, why not let her answer? So if you are that person there who's doing the gatekeeping, what are you, if you were there at that moment, what would you have done?
Too late. If you're there at that moment, and that's happening in the moment, it's too late. You haven't done your work beforehand, the prep work, because that's not where the work is done.
Exactly, because I was like, she could have answered that question without actually answering the full question.
One of two things I think happened here. Either, one, they weren't prepared and with proactive messaging, and those are the good, feel-good stories that we want to tell that snap to every single goal and policy that we have, and a reactive PR plan. Reacting to the moment. It's questions that are tough or difficult, or ones that you weren't ready to. You better be ready to answer, but you have to react to them. I've seen her talk. She seems to be able to talk about any subject at will, about anything.
It was almost like they got in the way of her.
Number two, the other reason though, and both of these could be true, they really wanted to focus on that event of the day, and they weren't there to highlight anything else, and they certainly weren't there to talk about CCTV cameras. But you know what? They didn't feel like they were, if they felt like they weren't getting enough attention, Chris Daniels, we're not going to talk about that, we're going to stay on topic. And they felt that Chris Daniels was not there to cover what they want him to cover, but he's asking other questions. That's not Chris Daniels' fault. That's their fault.
Yes.
As PR people.
Yes.
And if you don't like how that comes across, and again, very difficult for politicians to do it, change your strategy. Corporations would. They would control that. Heck, Pierce County Sheriff's Office did that just today. With they do it all the time. They do a great job of pre-producing videos.
Yeah, they do.
With Carly Capetto, who's a deputy.
Yeah.
And she puts it out there.
Yeah, don't put Keith Swank out there. Put Carly out there with the videos.
Not holding a live press conference.
Yeah.
We're not asking live questions, but we're getting answers, and we're getting video at the same time. That doesn't mean the questions don't go away as good journalists, but they're informing in a different way. They're controlling the PR message and the strategy.
Speaking of the message, help us understand this, Luke. So anytime now any news about Starbucks in Nashville comes up, and by the way, I have said I'm not saying that the mayor of Seattle is the reason why Starbucks decided to make that move. However, there's a real connection at play. What do you do in the PR, and how do you spin the fact that on day one, you tell the people at the picket line, you say, I'm not buying Starbucks and neither should you. And then less than a couple months later, Starbucks makes the announcement, hey, we're taking 2,000 people and we're having offices in Nashville. How do you spin that?
Again, you've created a moment in that instance where you've handed a moment to your critics and they will leverage it every single time to create their own narrative. And that's what you've done by making a statement like that. You either
you walk that back?
I think your choices are either walk it back, or you double down on it, and say I'm going to be the non-corporate, whatever politician that I'm going to be. But there's no. Or you just continue with a steady drumbeat of messaging that talks down the middle to it, like most politicians probably would, right?
Okay, but this is what the mayor did say just recently.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown, and if the ones that leave, like bye.
So that messaging is starting to be consistent.
As a politician, she has a mandate from the people who got her elected. I think most of those people will be progressive Democrats who like messaging like that. They want to hear that. That's what got them going and the momentum going in the first place to get her in office, right? Mm-hmm. So now, and she said, and I can talk like this as a journalist because she said this on the John Curley show recently because she was asked. He asked her, what would Mayor Katie Wilson now say to activist Katie Wilson? And she said, well, what I've learned as mayor is that I've got to consider every stakeholder. As a strategist and an activist, you only really have to focus on yourself as the stakeholder and my people who are, probably a smaller group than representative of the entire city, of the entire population, because half of the people voted for you, half of the people didn't vote for you. Difficult to get into those moments from a PR lens because if you back off those really pointed statements that get your base going, well, then what happens? You alienate those people, that base. And she's done that with a CCTV camera. She said that admittedly, that my base followers are angry with me, but other people who want, full use of these cameras are angry with me. Probably everyone's angry about, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what she said. Everyone's angry with me probably about this. You're not going to win over everyone, but you sure can.
But you are now the mayor for all.
You can put yourself in a jam.
Yes.
Look, the other thing that I would say along those lines, Gee and Ursula, and from a PR lens, and this is my former corporate PR lens that I used to work for Microsoft, if you didn't know, and I learned a lot there, is that you get a question. PR people should own these moments. They own the moment, whether they realize it or don't. They have the power in these situations. They really should, if they have a good plan and a good strategy in place. And what I mean by that is this. Go to your reactive messaging that you have already written out on that CCT camera question that Chris Daniels asks you. You get a question from Chris, you search your mental Rolodex, and you say, oh, this is my messaging for that moment that we're on right now. It might change tomorrow, might change, but right now this is the messaging, and you give Chris Daniels an answer. Instead of walking off camera, you give him an answer. And then if Chris Daniels doesn't like the answer, then guess what? It's not your problem. That's Chris Daniels' problem now.
Exactly. And it doesn't look like you're trying to duck it or...
And if he asks again, you give the same message.
Yeah,
and if he asks again, then you give the same message and you pivot and say, that's Chris, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm really here to talk about today is this great thing that's happening.
Yes.
You pivot.
Yes. It just fed into this narrative that she's inexperienced and, over her head because, she can't even answer a question without having her PR people step in. It's just not, it was a bad look.
It's either that or they don't care maybe, and they're just really kind of, and they're not prepared. Both of those things I think can be true as well. But like I said, if you don't care and you think you've got the answers, and we've seen this with other iterations of mayors and politicians, those things add up.
Yeah.
One last thing. I want to now talk about the voice. I don't know the person's name whose voice that we could hear saying, hey, the next time you want to schedule that and everything. Is that inexperience? Like, did they not know the cameras are still, the microphone was still hot? I mean, is that inexperience right there? Now, it's one thing to pull the mayor off. Okay, cool. Pull him off. And it's another thing to still allow for that sound to keep going forward. Is that inexperience, or did they do that on purpose?
Well, it's also Chris Daniels choosing to share that video. I mean, there's a lot of video and conversations that happen that we don't see.
Arguably the smartest person in that scenario, and probably because he's a seasoned journalist, Chris Daniels. What does he do in that? The mic's on. I think he's probably wearing a lavalier mic to pick up his audio. He's got a directional microphone, and he's got it pointed toward them, and he's quiet. Mm-hmm. He just lets them talk. Lets them talk.
So
Lets
do
them
you?
talk. And, the photographer's smart because he keeps rolling. She keeps rolling.
Do you think the PR person or whoever that's in charge, do you think that they knew that?
I don't know, but I think my answer to the question would be, if I'm the PR person on that other end, and you are taught this in any corporation, any corporate setting, for sure, if there is a microphone in your visibility, if there is a camera anywhere around you, if there is a phone anywhere around you, and they've got it out, they're all hot. You have to assume that you are being recorded at every second of the day. And if you watch any of these big-time politicians or anywhere from corporate America, they are such professionals at this, and they will literally just sit there in silence, and and you'll come out of that with experience thinking they're the nicest person in the world. But but what they did was give you the message that they wanted to, because it snapped to their goals and what they wanted to accomplish, and that's what you do. But you get a story out of it as well. And you can also ask tough questions, and they'll give you an answer. You may not like it, but they give you an answer.
Bye.
Luke, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again, where can people find your podcast?
The Spin. It's on YouTube. You can catch it there. MyNorthwest.com as well. And you can imagine when we might be spinning about this week. This topic right here.
Gosh, you can't make this stuff up. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate you.
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Ursula, any final thoughts on that topic? First of all, Luke was fantastic.
Yes. I think that she should have been allowed to handle it, and then her PR people could have talked later and say, hey, let's do this next time. They just made it worse for her. She's fully capable of answering the question, and I gave you, if you missed the 9 o'clock hour, I gave the answer that she could have given. It would have satisfied everybody.
Excuse me, Sue. Let's stay on topic here, okay?
Yeah.
Stay on topic.
I got to tell you, you want to know who does a good job? And you guys going to think I'm just pandering? You know who does a really good job? Caroline Lovett. Caroline Lovett does a good job every day.
She stays with her messaging.
She stays with the messaging. Coming up next, Agree to Disagree, Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explain this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
With summer right around the corner, Valentine Roofing's schedule is filling up fast. Jake Skorheim here. I want to give you 3 reasons why you should pick up the phone and call Valentine today. Number 1, there's still time to beat the summer rush and get your roof started in as little as 3 weeks. Number 2, when the nice weather hits, you'll be enjoying your backyard instead of worrying about your roof. And 3, with the increased cost of crude oil, material prices going up, shipping prices going up, lock in your price now before the market absorbs all those price increases. Call 206 Roofing today, and I guarantee there'll be no surprises, just a clear estimate you can trust. And once you choose Valentine Roofing, here's what you can expect. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. That's the Valentine experience and the reason that they were awarded the 2025 Gold for Best Roofing Company by the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. Call 206 Roofing today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl.
This Memorial Day, feel the freedom of lower energy bills. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is taking $525 off every window, plus $1,000 off every patio or entry door. Plus, enjoy 12 months free financing. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. An already tenuous ceasefire is now at risk as the U.S. military escorts commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has now started firing on those ships.
I'm Stacey Lynn at the White House. In a phone interview with Fox, the president issued a warning to Iran, saying if U.S. ships are targeted in the Strait of Hormuz during what he calls Project Freedom, they would, quote, be blown off the face of the earth. He called the naval blockade the greatest military maneuver in history, noting American bases are prepared for potential strikes if needed. As for negotiations on a peace deal to fully end the war, he said Iran appears to be more flexible.
And the U.S. Central Command says forces have destroyed 6 Iranian boats and shot down missiles and drones. Ships have been stranded in and around the strait for weeks. Economic consequences of the war are mounting. The national average for a gallon of regular gas is $4.45 now. In Washington, it's $5.67, which is a record. Analysts also say the U.S. dollar is weakening. It's dropped about 10% since early 2025. CBS News correspondent Jim Ursula says there's a new report detailing ICE abuses.
An internal ICE report reveals how guards have increasingly used chemical agents and physical tactics on those in detention centers as the detainees simply ask for adequate water, food, and medical care. The Washington Post reviewed the report. The information came from a federal government employee.
One person is dead following a fiery crash at a health club early Saturday in Portland. Explosives were found in the car that slammed into the Multnomah Athletic Club. Some had gone off, some had not. While the person who died has not been identified, there are reports he was a disgruntled former employee. Matt Carter, the club's former food and beverage manager, describes him to KIRO News Radio as a troubled individual.
He was the first name that came into my brain when it first happened. I was not shocked.
No one else was hurt. Now we're going to check your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, and we're looking pretty good even on 405, which had 2 collisions a half hour ago. Now those have cleared. That was looks like one might still be hanging around, but the backups are gone. We had 3 miles of very thick backups at the 405 I-90 interchange. That's gone, and pretty much it's almost completely smooth sailing through that area. Renton to Bellevue is 27 minutes. Linwood to Bellevue in the other direction on 405, just 19 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, 17 minutes. So it's a good time to run an errand if you need to get out on your lunch hour. Federal Way to Seattle on I-5 northbound is 26 minutes. And this report is brought to you by Global Credit Union or Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. It's going to be a beautiful day with a high of 80 degrees and mostly sunny. Starts out cloudy tomorrow, and then sun breaks through in the afternoon with a high of 74. It's 73 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it. It's a big day for fans of Star Wars. And I got to make sure we got to play that. I'm going to cut my music bed off here real quick. So I got to play the hit here. Yes, it is indeed May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And I'm going to keep this simple here, G, because we were just talking about the spin, right? We're talking about how to spin things.
Yeah.
I want to put the pressure on you. Is Star Wars the greatest film franchise of all time? Now, before you answer that, I want you to think about the definition of greatest. We're talking about 9 movies and counting. We're talking TV shows, books, all theme parks. Has a movie franchise done more than Star Wars?
No. When you were just playing that theme song right there, let me tell you something, man. You brought me all the way back. Luke, I am your father. Let me tell you something. Star Wars, I don't play about the Star Wars. Now, I know I make fun of the Pauls of the world, but it really brings me back to a nostalgic time in my life, and there was a time, really, that I walked around with lightsabers all the time, and I thought I was...
That's a good fake lightsaber right there, too.
So, yeah, you ain't arguing with me. Yes, it is the greatest.
I am going to disappoint a lot of people.
Okay.
Because I have not watched more than one Star Wars movie. However, I fully embraced when our oldest son went through his Star Wars phase, and we got him every last color of lightsaber, and he would just dress up, and same when he went through his Harry Potter phase. But you think Star Wars beats Rocky?
Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you why it beats Rocky. You just said it just now.
Yes.
You see, Star Wars has situations where somebody's daddy used to dress up, walk around with lightsabers.
Yes.
Then their sons are doing the same thing. Now, Rocky, some of the Gen X out there, Rocky was a big deal. Today, the youngsters, at best, they talk about Creed. They don't talk about Rocky like we used to. So Rocky wasn't able to
endures, is what you're saying.
Right. Okay. Another generation. So Star Wars just got your granddaddy dressing that way, your daddy dressing that way, you dressing that way. Star Wars is a big deal.
I was thinking Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm trying to think, is there any other movie franchise that would even rival Star Wars?
No.
Harry Potter. That just doesn't go that far back.
It doesn't go right. And I'm talking about generations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Weren't you telling us last week, G, that you went to an original
Return of the Jedi? I was there the first night. I can still remember standing with my dad late at night. As a matter of fact, of all the things that my dad did with me, I would say that ranks as number one as I think back on things, because it just lets me know, like, wow, I know my dad wasn't into Star Wars like that, but it was a big deal to make sure I got to see it on the first night.
Yeah.
And I remember how long the lines were.
Yeah. So my first and most memorable Star Wars moment was going to watch the first movie. And maybe I was influenced by the fact that, okay, this was back in, 1977, right? And it was the first, and at that time, I just hadn't been exposed to that much science fiction.
Yeah, right.
And so I just don't think that I got into it. Like, I envy, I've said this before, I envy people like you, Paul, who or you, G, who can really, really immerse yourself into that. I'm too much of I can't relate, so this doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Ursula, the text messages are coming in, and people said Lord of the Rings, James Bond.
Bond. See, now
great.
James Bond, I would argue that
60s and 70s, great. But 60s and 70s and 80s, A Time to Kill and all those things, yes. But Star Wars is still going.
We're talking about, I think when I think of this, obviously those are great calls. Lord of the Rings. Trust me, hey, we're extended editions all the way here for Lord of the Rings. But we're talking about 9 movies with more movies. Those are just the episodes of the movies, not even counting all the spinoffs. We're talking countless TV shows, theme parks. Indiana Jones has a ride at a theme park. Star Wars has an entire land of that where people go to celebrate.
But same with Harry Potter.
Yes, I think Harry Potter is the closest, but you nail it. It's since people have been talking Star Wars since the 70s.
Yes.
I think Harry Potter is especially when with my brothers, they were there, midnight releases of books. I think Harry Potter is that closest thing, because there's the Broadway play, there's the books, there's the movies and all that stuff. I think it's close, but I don't know if anything comes close to Star Wars.
Watch movies, like, as far as how much a movie has grossed. I mean, come on. Now, Nick, what you got before we move on?
Star Wars is up there, but when you think about it in more recent times, you think about the Marvel series with Spider-Man and Iron Man. I feel like that's kind of taken a big scene lately. And also, I really liked the Dark Knight series with Batman. That seems timeless to me. But it's hard to compete with Star Wars because it just seems so timeless.
Star Wars by itself. Star Wars, in order for you to battle Star Wars, you got to go Marvel series. You got to say it like that.
I'm talking Marvel as a whole. For a long time, it's been a
Star Trek.
They go hero after hero, and Star Trek too. But that's more of a show than a movie.
Now, Ernie in Kent has me beat. He says, I've never seen any Star Wars movie.
That's the problem with Ernie. That's his damn problem. He ain't seen the Star Wars. I just saw Ernie yesterday. Shout out to you, Ernie.
So someone is suggesting that I log onto Disney Plus and schedule a time to watch all of the Star Wars in chronological order.
I would say this,
because I feel like I'm missing out.
I'm gonna say, and maybe some of you folks that are current Star Wars folks, help me out. I would say, starting over right now, I just don't think the climate is right for you to really get into it. I just don't. Not the way it used to be. And when it used to be, and you can kind of grow with it. What do you think, Paul?
I think you should see them. I think it's important. I don't know if you got to see every single one. I think you got to see the original trilogy. I think you got to see 4, 5, and 6, because that really is the story.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to take about the prequels. Everyone's got to take about the Disney sequels.
Okay.
But if you see the main 3, because they're film. They're really film history. To do what they did in that movie was so impressive and set the stage for all, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all this stuff. It's because they really were creative in what they did. And man, I just think those ones are great because I've seen them all. The prequel trilogy is meh. The Disney one is meh.
The first three, like you were saying, like I feel like Ursula might like those. I don't know if it's up your alley, but I think you would appreciate the nostalgia of the first three.
Exactly.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are saying the first three. Like, it gets no better than the first three.
Even with them, you're seeing it. Oh, these movies were made in the 70s, but you're like, they used a small model with camera techniques to make it feel like this giant space cruiser is slowly drifting through space.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
There's just a lot of stuff that you can appreciate from that side, and it's just a classic: good versus evil, good guys versus bad guys.
The
Sith versus
storylines
the
were
dark
much
side.
more simple with the first three, too. I feel like they added a little too much with the new ones.
I gotta tell you, Billy D. Williams' perm in that show. Hey, man. Hey, if you don't do nothing else, go look at Billy D. Williams' perm. That thing was tight.
Who was that, Lando Calrissian?
Yes.
And the music, too. Star Wars music.
Actually, that's the secret to Star Wars, is the music.
And the sound design.
You don't even have to watch the movies. You know what that music is.
All right. Text message feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's words to live by.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO Newsradio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber, connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
Home Comfort Alliance, a Carrier factory authorized dealer delivering efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance every time. John Curley here. Upgrade to Carrier cooling and get a heating system free. Use their 60-second price estimator at homecomfortalliance.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. What a show it's been. And by the way, show went fast.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did.
Fast.
And our last discussion about Star Wars, our hearts go out to Nick and Paulsbo, who just shared that his son Anakin passed away a week ago. And Nick writes, "Today is the first day I've been able to listen to the show, and this segment is killing me. He didn't choose to be mean after Darth Vader, but he embraced it. I'm a giant nerd and jock, and so is my boy. He spent his last 2 years coaching 9-year-olds in baseball and middle schoolers in football. I have heard more people tell me that he was their best friend, and more than I could realize one person could have. Sorry to bring it be a downer to the end of the show. I was just hoping you could use Star Wars Day to help celebrate my baby boy." And just Nick, deeply sorry for your loss.
For sure. And really sorry for your loss. And also, we're grateful for you sharing this with us. And so sorry for your loss of Anakin.
We also talked about Katie Wilson. We actually brought that up a couple of times. Kevin in Black Diamond says, Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is in way over her head. Hopefully the voters in Seattle learn from this little experiment.
Liz in Gig Harbor says that BS from the mayor and her staff took longer than answering the question would have.
Liz, you are exactly right on that. Future Fossil in Olympia says if the mayor can't handle her handlers, how can she handle the city?
We had some text from the phone band hitting SPS. This one we didn't read interesting. I thought that was interesting. Faith in Lake Stevens says, my 8th grader has a phone that I can put to sleep during the school day, so he can't do anything but call me or 911. There's all sorts of those interesting apps and things that you can do these days.
You know, I didn't even think of looking into some kind of controls that I could have.
Yeah. Parental controls, those are the norm.
Aaron in Auburn says, I have elementary age kids. I fully support schools to ban phones phones all day. There's absolutely no reason that they need these distractions during the day. School is for learning, not for messing around on phones. You know, the other thing that this is going to curb too, and this is one of those things that I had to teach our younger son.
What's that?
And sorry, Eric, for sharing this, but I remember one time he came back and showed me a video that he took of other kids in the class being very disruptive to a particular teacher, to the point where the teacher actually broke down. And I told him that you are complicit, first of all. And, you know, they thought this was funny. And kids were, you know, recording it. And, I mean, that kind of BS is another thing that I don't think I would miss if I were to do it again and raise kids in school. I'd be like, I'm all for cell phones being out, by the way. Mark in Edmond says, phone in Seattle school. My oldest turning 15 this month on the 23rd is type 1 diabetic. The only reason he got a phone a couple of years ago was for his medication. His mom and I can keep an eye on his state of health remotely. And I believe that is one of the exceptions.
Yeah,
to the rule.
They have a few. I think there's a couple of those exceptions. So if you are a parent out there, make sure that you got the up-to-date information on the rules. We're talking about Spirit Airlines going out of business. Kenny in Mount Vernon says, of course they're going to say that. They were in the process of going bankrupt a couple of times before that, and it had nothing to do with fuel prices.
Well, what about the merger? Hey, Brad in Grand Mound, today is his dog Luke's birthday. So I want to give a shout out to Luke.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's amazing
my
how many parents
inspired by
are
Star
named
Wars.
after Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait. How do you know that's named after Star Wars? That could be because there's books in the Bible.
That's
okay,
true.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I hands up. When I first hear Luke, it's Luke Skywalker.
Ursula,
That
it's
is your
time for
Bible.
Ursula. What you got?
Okay, I like this. And we're just talking about religion, and this is from someone named R.H. Sin, who says, appreciate this moment. Stop and look around you and be thankful for all that you have and where you are, because this time next year, nothing is going to be the same.
True. That's a good one. Very true. Brother Nick, what you got, man?
Well, certain things in life will come and go throughout our time, from mementos with your kids to sunny weather here in its prime. But sometimes there's companies that leave and never will come back, kind of like a certain airline where the Spirit had some cracks. And if you dare to ask Spirit what happened with the herd, you might get their handlers saying to stay on topic with your words, or better yet, they might just stop while you're ahead and say, bye, before answering any questions. Force ain't so strong with them.
Oh, man. All right.
Just enjoy the sunshine.
Enjoy it. Oh, it's beautiful out there. Thanks, Ursula. Fun show today. Appreciate it. Thank you, Paul.
Happy to be here, G.
Hey, by the way, how did you think I was going to answer that Star Wars question?
Oh, I knew once I gave you he can't. I was hoping I could get you to say the exact phrase, Star Wars is the greatest series of all time, because we can clip that and use that. But I wasn't too surprised. I knew that story about you and your dad, so there's a little nerd deep down in G. Scott.
You be trying to set me up. Nick, thanks, man.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Make sure you all stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. Try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness